How to pay off your credit card debt fast. According to the New York Fed's most recent numbers, Americans owe a whopping $887 billion on their credit cards. Yes, you heard that right, billion. In addition, the average credit card debt for a U.S. resident is now estimated at $5,221. Ouch! So if you have a balance on your credit card every month and find it hard to make your minimum payment and pay all your other bills, you're not alone. But you don't have to let yesterday's purchases stop you from winning with money today. In other words, you need to kick your debt habit now. And if you're wondering how to get rid of credit card debt quickly, you've come to the right place. It can be extremely difficult to pay off credit card debt, but it is important to try to do so as soon as possible. This has always been the case because of the high interest rate associated with credit cards. But as rates have climbed higher this year, it has taken on even greater significance. The best part is that you can use some strategies to pay off your credit cards faster. Dave Ramsey, a financial expert, has a number of recommendations for doing just that. In today's video, we will share methods and tips of reducing your debt using the snowball method. What is the debt snowball method? If you want to get out of your financial bubble, the debt snowball method is a good start for you. It is a 5-step approach popularized by radio talk show host Dave Ramsey. In Ramsey world, getting out of debt is all about momentum, not math. Ramsey says to write down all of your credit card and other unsecured debts in order of how much you owe on each one. Make sure you meet the minimum payments on all of your accounts, and then use any extra cash you have to pay off the smallest bill you owe. Once that bill is paid off, move up one rung on the ladder. Take the money you saved by paying off the smallest debt and add it to the minimum payment you are already making on the next smallest debt. This will help you pay it off faster. Your snowball is now rolling. Ramsey's strong reputation is based on the idea that confidence that you can get out of the debt is the most important for getting out of the debt. He thinks that small debt wins boost confidence and lead to greater debt wins. How the debt snowball works? As previously explained, the Dave Ramsey's debt snowball method necessitates a significant change in behavior. To start, if you want to use the debt snowball correctly, you should also implement the Dave Ramsey budget plan. In exchange for taking a new strategy to budgeting and making a promise to pay off unsecured debt, you gain confidence in your ability to handle money and hope for the future. Now let's take a look at 5 steps involved in Dave Ramsey's snowball method. Step number 1, put all of your debts except for your mortgage in one column, from smallest to largest. Step 2, start a second column and write down how much each debt's minimum monthly payment is. Step 3, every month pay the minimum amount due on each debt and add $100 or more if you can to pay off the smallest debt in the list. Step 4, when you've paid off your smallest debt, you should put the money you are spending on minimum payments toward your next smallest debt instead. Step 5, when you're done paying off the second debt, use the same formula amount set aside to pay off smallest debt plus minimum payment pending equals overall monthly payment to pay off the rest of your debts. How effective is the debt snowball method? Mathematically, the debt snowball method is more expensive and takes longer to implement than other debt management options like debt consolidation loans and debt management programs. But if you put the right numbers in the right categories for the right amount of time and let momentum do its thing, you can make the numbers show that the debt snowball method by Ramsey works as effectively as a loan or debt management program. If you had to choose a side, which would you choose? The correct answer is both. The actual truth about the popular debt snowball method is that it's a motivating plan that can help you get out of debt, but it may cost you more money and time. All that matters is what tends to work better for you. A nonprofit debt counseling service is a good place to go for consumers who would like to talk to a neutral expert about their options. How the debt snowball costs money. Numbers don't lie, so trust them when no other evidence seems convincing. From a purely mathematical perspective, here are 2 workable options that would get the job done quickly and cheaply. It's best to start by paying off the loan with the greatest interest rate and working your way down the list until you've paid off everything. Try to negotiate a more manageable rate of interest and monthly payment. The first solution is the easiest to justify. The longer a debt with the highest interest rate is left to fester, the greater the total will be when you eventually get around to it. Unless it's the obligation with the smallest sum, in which case it should be paid off first. Take immediate action and attack it. Debt consolidation loans and debt management plans make up the second proposed solution. The only way either will help you is if the interest rate on your loan is reduced, or the term of the loan is extended, which both will lower your monthly payment. Snowball method example for $22,500 of debt. The debt snowball example shown on the Ramsey website involves a total of $22,500 divided amongst 4 bills. In our example, we assume that you keep the same sum but use 4 different credit cards, each with an interest rate that we've calculated. The balance on credit card 1 is $500 at a rate of 12% interest. The second credit card has a $1,000 limit and the interest rate is 15%. There are $6,000 at 24% on credit card number 3. Credit card number 4 has a $15,000 limit at a rate of 16%. If you use Ramsey's proposed balances for each card, you can see how the debt snowball strategy works. Although it's suggested that you pay $565 each and every month, you may see the payout schedule below. In 5 months, the balance on credit card number 1 will be $0. In a year, balance on credit card number 2 will be $0. In 42 months, balance on credit card number 3 will be $0. In 65 months, the balance on credit card number 4 will be $0. Over the course of 65 months, or roughly 5.5 years, you would pay a total of $36,191.13. Debt snowball alternatives. Above, we discussed some alternatives to the debt snowball strategy. Debt avalanche refers to the strategy of paying off debts in the order of their interest rates. Debt consolidation using a loan with a lower interest rate, and debt management programs. There are many factors to think about while deciding on the best approach for you, including your current level of debt, the nature of the debt, your financial whereabouts as of right now. Have you gotten behind on payments or are they current? Find out how much of a consolidation loan you can get based on your credit history. Debt avalanche method versus debt snowball. Like the debt snowball, the debt avalanche arranges debtors' balances in a predetermined sequence. In the debt avalanche method, on the other hand, customers prioritize paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first and then use the extra cash to tackle the next highest interest rate debt, and so on. Debt avalanche may not be as instantly inspiring unless your high interest debt is also your lowest debt. Yet, your monthly payments will decrease with time if you focus on reducing the most expensive debt first. Once again, a professional at a free credit counseling service can help you figure things out. Debt consolidation versus debt snowball. Consolidating debt is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Debt consolidation strategies that work for one person may not be ideal for another. Personal loans that have been the preferred method for consolidating debt, especially credit card debt. In most cases, a personal loan will have a set interest rate and a repayment term of 5 years. At 18% APR, the monthly payments for this loan would be $571.35, or around $6 higher than the snowball technique. There would be a savings of $1,910, and the loan may be repaid in 5 less months at a total cost of $34,281.13. Debt consolidation loans with interest rates below 18% may still be accessible to borrowers with excellent credit histories, despite recent rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. Balance transfer credit cards are another option, and they can be used in addition to a personal loan. Credit cards with balance transfers typically have introductory APRs of 0% for a promotional period of several months, usually 12 to 18, but could be up to 24. Consolidate a substantial portion of your debt with balance transfer credit cards and use a personal loan for the rest. Keep an eye out for the APR that begins once the introductory period ends. And please, for crying out loud, don't go on a buying spree because your old cards are now completely empty. Bottom line, commit to paying off debt. It's hard to argue that Ramsey's debt snowball strategy isn't worth considering, if you're in over your head financially, given the amount of followers he has. Consumers can get out of debt more quickly if they tackle their debt one account at a time, starting with the smallest balances. The most efficient use of funds was to put them into the smallest account. As a result, consumers were more driven to make debt repayments in the next quarter, speeding up their overall path to financial freedom. You may find success with the debt snowball method if you are the type of person who does best with a little extra push now and again. However, you should know that putting off paying debt with a high interest rate will cost you more money, paid in interest, and add time to pay off debt. One thing that can't be debated regarding debt repayment is the need for full dedication to the process. You probably didn't go into debt overnight, and getting out of it won't happen that quickly either. The trick is to establish a strategy and stick to it. Recently, researchers found that consumers' actions seem to boil down to pure randomness. Motivated by just the size of their credit card bills, it's in our nature to avoid discomfort, and carrying a large balance can be quite painful. Credit counseling is an excellent option for those who need direction, understanding, assistance, and even some tough love in order to get on track to pay down their debt. It requires time and effort no matter how you crunch the numbers. However, getting there will be well worth the trouble. So what do you think about the snowball method proposed by Dave Ramsey to pay off your credit card debt? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.